What's up, Crim Heist? The professor is back again for another criminology educational video. So for today's vlog, we will be discussing about human behavior. So as we all know, human behavior is under the area of sociology of crime and ethics. So before jumping into the lecture proper, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hit the notification bell for you to be updated for my next upload. So first, we will be talking about what is psychology. So psychology, it is the scientific branch dealing with the mind and human behavior. So therefore, psychology, it is the study of mind and behavior of a person in general. So ibig sabihin, the scope of the study of psychology is yung pag-uugali and yung personality ng isang tao in general. So for easy understanding as criminology students or future RCrims, we will be differentiating psychology to criminology. So what is criminology? So from its simplest definition, criminology is the study of crime, criminal, and criminal behavior. So ibig sabihin si criminology, ang focus niya or ang focal point ng kanyang ang focal point ng field ng criminology is the behavior of the criminal. Unlike for psychology, it is the behavior of a person in general. So para mas madali nating maintindihan si psychology, psychology is more on generic or general na pag-aaral ng pag-uugali or behavior ng isang tao. While for criminology, it is only for criminal behavior. So next would be mind. So mind is the manifestation of thought, perception, emotion, determination, memory, and imagination that takes place within the brain. So ibig sabihin si mind daw, ito yung process na nangyayari sa loob ng brain. As we all know, brain is an organ. And mind is often used to refer especially to the thought processes of reason. So therefore, si mind, siya yung nagdi-display ng thoughts, perception, ng emotions ng isang tao, ng memories and imaginations, na nagte-takes place siya sa inside ng brain or inside the brain. Next would be the definition of human behavior. So as criminologists, we do have a subject of human behavior and therefore, kailangan alam natin yung definition ng human behavior. So human behavior is the involuntary or voluntary attitude of a person according to the sociological norms defining the person's sense of right or wrong. So therefore, si human behavior daw, it is a voluntary or involuntary personality or behavior ng isang tao sa depending on the norms o yung nakasanayan o nakalakihan ng isang tao which affects yung perception or yung sense ng isang tao na kung ano ang tama sa mali. So as we all know, in each and every community, there are different sociological norms. So ano ba si sociological norms or social norms? Social norms is the accepted behavior that an individual is expected to follow to in a particular group, community, or culture. So, ibig sabihin, in each and every particular group, community, or culture na meron ng isang society, meron silang tinatawag na social norms. And ang example ng mga social norms are customs, tradition, culture, beliefs, and practices, to name a few. Now, let us now discuss the focal point of our discussion, which is the factors affecting human behavior. We can also, the title of this topic is also Introduction to Division of Psychology. So, maaari siyang tawaging factors affecting human behavior or also Introduction to Division of Psychology. So, mind you guys that the factors affecting to human behavior is composed of 5 factors. Or yung mga factors na yan ay Psychoanalysis, Behaviorism, Humanistic, Cognitive, and Neurological. So we will be discussing, or all throughout this educational vlog, we will be discussing the difference between these 5. So first would be psychoanalysis. So psychoanalysis attempts to explain how childhood experiences affect the behavioral development of a child. So anong gustong sabihin dito ni psychoanalysis? Ang gustong sabihin dito ni psychoanalysis is that yung mga experiences or yung mga nadanas natin nung tayo ay bata pa, when we were still kids or child, maari daw itong makaapekto sa development ng ating behavior in the future. So, pag naririnig natin yung word na psychoanalysis, lagi nating naiisip si Sigmund Freud. Because Sigmund Freud is the proponent of the psychoanalytical theory. So, dun sa psychoanalytical theory, ang salient feature ng theory na yon would be the id, ego, and superego. So, pag sinabi nating id, ego, and superego, laging ang natatandaan natin is si Sigmund Freud or the psychoanalytical theory. So let us discuss what are id, ego, and superego. So first is id. So si id is the instinct or desire to satisfy the pleasure of a person. It is also called as the pleasure principle. So therefore, si id daw, ito yung mga immediate gratifications na meron ng isang tao or the wants. Ito yung mga desire na meron tayo para masatisfy natin yung ating kagustuhan or yung ating pleasure. Next would be ego. So ego balances the id and superego. So tinatawag din si ego as the reality principle. So ano ba yung binabalanse ni ego? Sinabi nga dito, ang binabalanse niya ay si id and si superego. So ano po ba si superego? Superego is the conscious ability to know right from wrong. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi natin or pag narinig natin yung term na superego, lagi nating natatandaan is si conscience. And siya ay tinatawag din natin as the moral principle. So, when we say conscience, it is the personal awareness of a person or the conscious ability of a person from right or wrong that guides that person to do good actions. So, ibig sabihin si conscience daw, ito yung conscious ability na meron tayo para gawin kung ano ang tama. Next would be behaviorism factor. So, for behaviorism factor, this view focuses on the external activities that can be observed and measured. So, it is composed of the principles of classical conditioning and operant conditioning. So, ang gusto lang sabihin ni behaviorism for easy understanding is that all behaviors are learned. So, lahat daw ng ating behavior or ng ating kaugalian or ang ating attitude ay lahat ay natututunan. So, i-discuss muna natin yung classical conditioning and operant conditioning. When we say classical conditioning, it is, the proponent of classical conditioning is Ian Pavlov. It refers to a learning procedure in which a biologically potent stimulus is paired with a previously neutral stimulus. So para mas maintindihan natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ni classical conditioning, I will give you an example. An experiment done by Ian Pavlov, kaya niya nabuo si classical conditioning. So si Ian Pavlov may aso. Ngayon yung aso na yon, kinondisyon niya na every time na nakikita niya na nagpapakita siya ng pagkain doon sa aso, the dog salivates. Or when we say salivates, naglalaway. So, ibig sabihin, all throughout, na pag pinapakitaan niya ng pagkain yung aso niya, nagsasalivate or naglalaway yung aso. So, ngayon, inisip niya na once na pinakikitaan niya, or every time rather, na pinakikitaan niya ng pagkain yung aso, nagpapatunog siya ng bell or niriring niya yung bell. So ngayon, through classical conditioning, through everyday, nakokondisyon yung aso na every time na nakakakita siya ng pagkain, is naririnig niya yung tunog ng bell. So, natuto siya na every time na maririnig niya yung bell, may pagkain. And therefore, it will trigger na magsasalivate siya or maglalaway. So, ang ginawa ni Ian Pavlov is that pinaring niya yung bell without having the food. And yun nga, all throughout the classical, or rather, as a result of classical conditioning, yung aso, nagsalivate siya even though wala na yung pagkain. Just as narinig niya lang yung tunog ng bell. So next would be operant conditioning. So si operant conditioning, ang proponent niyan is si B.F. Skinner, wherein it is a type of associative learning process through which the strength of a behavior is modified by reinforcement. So sabi ni B.F. Skinner, si operant conditioning may dalawang types daw ng reinforcement. It is the positive or the negative reinforcement. So anong rationale ng positive at negative reinforcement? Ang sinabi ni B.F. Skinner is that if an action or the behavior of a person is good and it is positive, therefore, kailangan magkaroon ng positive reinforcement. Through what? Magbibigay siya ng papremyo or magbibigay siya ng reward. While if yung behavior or yung behavior or attitude or yung act na ginawa ng isang tao is negative, therefore, ang kailangang ibigay sa kanya is negative reinforcement. And kay negative reinforcement, kailangan bigyan siya ng punishment. So bakit kailangan bigyan ng punishment pag negative reinforcement? Bakit kailangan bigyan ng reward pag positive reinforcement? Because doing positive reinforcement, the goal is to retain the positive or the good action done by the person. While for negative reinforcement, the goal is to extinguish or to remove that bad behavior or attitude or action that the person manifests or displays. So, yun yung rationale or yun yung ibig sabihin ng operant conditioning. Next factor would be the humanistic factor. So, for humanistic factor, it focuses on the subject's experiences, freedom of choice, and strong motivation in achieve of self-actualization. So, parang ang daming, ang haba ng definition. So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng humanistic is, of course, para mas lalo nating matandaan, is the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So, according to Abraham Maslow's, meron daw na 5 hierarchy of needs, which are the physiological needs, safety needs, love and belongingness needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization. And mind you guys that, or rather, the goal of a person is to achieve the self-actualization, the highest ranking among the hierarchy of needs of Abraham Maslow. But 80% of people doesn't achieve or cannot achieve self-actualization. So anong ginagawa ng mga tao? People resort or opted to commit unlawful behavior or unlawful acts, or doing criminal behavior or illegal actions in order to satisfy that certain needs. Because according to Abraham Maslow, before you level up to the next ranking or to the next hierarchy, you should first satisfy the first need. So, kailangan kung hindi mo masasatisfy si physiological needs, hindi ka pwedeng mag-rank up kay safety needs. So, kailangan masatisfy mo muna sa physiological needs. So, ano ba yung mga example ng physiological needs? Nandiyan ang breathing, food, water, sex. Yan ang gusto ng mga criminologists. Joke. Sleep, homeostasis, and excretion. So, for safety needs, these are the security of the body, of employment, of resources, of morality, security of the family, of security of the health, and security of property. For love and belongingness, these are relationships such as friendship, family, sexual intimacy, and other intimate relationships. For esteem needs, these are self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, and respect by others. And for self-actualization, nandyan ang morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem-solving, lack of prejudice, and acceptance of facts. Kasi ang self-actualization daw, ito yung achieving one's full potential. So, hindi lahat nakakarating or na-achieve si self-actualization. Next factor would be the cognitive factor. So, for cognitive factor, the proponent of this factor is Jean Piaget. So, it focuses on how the brain processes and transforms information in various ways. So, sinasabi lang ni cognitive behavior is that the development of behavior can be measured through IQ and intellectual development. When we say IQ, it is the intellectual quotient. So, ang gusto lang sabihin ni cognitive is that it is on how a person thinks that may develop their behavior. So, kung paano daw napoproseso ang utak, kung paano daw tayo nag-iisip, nakaka-apekto daw yon sa pag-develop ng ating behavior. Next, and the last factor would be neurological needs, or rather neurological factor. So, it emphasizes human actions in relation to events that takes place inside the body, especially the brain and nervous system. So, alam naman natin na ang brain is yung organ, and ano naman ang nervous system? It is the chemical signals of the organ, which is the brain. So, an abnormality in the structures of the human brain will affect the development of the behavior of a person. So, ibig sabihin daw, pag may abnormality sa structure ng utak ng isang tao, ito ay maaring makaapekto sa pag-develop ng kanyang pag-uugali or behavior. So, as we all know, these 5 factors that affects human behaviors are interdependent or interrelated with each other. So, sila ay magkakakonekta. So, again, thank you for watching my video. Again, this is the Professor, and I hope to see you on my next video. So, please comment kung ano yung mga suggestion yung topics in the field of criminology, and I will be waiting or reading your comments para magkaroon tayo ng interaction para sa susunod na gagawin kong educational vlog or educational video. So, again, thank you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much.